Okay, hello everyone. Khanya, Lesedi, Masiari, Madekwana, Afsheni. What else? What else? Dumelang, Khanya, Lesedi. Welcome everyone. My name is Yudiwa Hatlabiwa. Thank you for those who have subscribed to the channel of education. Channel of education. Right, here we teach, we coach, we cherish each other, all about good vibes, getting up, doing what we need to do, okay? And getting the knowledge that we can use. I'm still trying to adjust my stand. We can use to live and experience well-being and experience life at its full blessings, full energy. Right, so it's been a minute, right? So today we are going to cover the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. The solar plexus. The solar plexus is situated on your upper abdominal, your stomach up there. So my spirit guides have changed the lesson. We're not going to focus on psychology today. We're not going to do psychology and chakras. Though, just to highlight that the solar plexus is in terms of relating it to the Maslow hierarchy of needs, it's connected to the esteem one. So the esteem need in the Maslow hierarchy, it's above the love and belonging. So the love and belonging need, it's the heart chakra. We would see how the teachers of the spirit would guide me on that one. Hopefully we'll revert back to it. So, but then when you talk about esteem, the same way as Maslow have taught it, it's about confidence, it's about willpower, it's about self-esteem. So same thing with the solar plexus. Solar plexus is about willpower, it's about confidence, it's about decision making, it's about action, and also seeing things through, it's about action. It's actually about action. So the name itself of the solar plexus, it says it all. It's about energy. It's about daily energy, daily activities, because we're talking about the sun. Solar means the sun. Plexus means network. In Latin, it means network. So when talking about network, we are talking about connections. We are talking about the net and the work. So if you divide the word network, you have the word net and you have the word work. So work, it's action, it's doing, right? And we're talking about the net. There's different types of net. So if you look into finance, we have the word net, which they say from France. It's from France, meaning clean, meaning pure money. That is the total at the end of removing, other things. So you have that true essence of what it's yours, which is called the net. So it's about connection of different network when we talk about the solar plexus. So what are this network? What are we talking about then? So this then shows us in terms of what do we work with when we are working with the solar plexus, right? Okay, let's circle back. We know where it's situated, we know what it controls or what it does. So the imbalances, how do you see that is not aligned? The opposite of what we've said. You don't have confidence, you have self-doubt, self-sabotage, you can experience what I've recorded previously, cognitive dissonance. It's related to your solar plexus because you are unable to make decisions. You can be paralyzed into making decisions if you're at the other end of things. You can also experience what do you call it, these things, I talk frustrations. You can experience anger. You can experience oh god, I'm itching. You can experience yes, frustration, anger. You can also experience imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, those are the people who have achieved things but they feel like they're not worth it, they can't believe they can do that. You get it? So it also imposter syndrome also shows signs of imbalances on your solar plexus. Physically, on a physiological level, you would have indigestion problem. It's also said that it's related to issues of the blood pressure and also the sickness of the stomach, based on fear of not achieving things, and all that. So it shows that it's about the insecurities of the self. Remember, we talked about insecurities of feeling safe on earth, your safety, when we're talking about the root chakra, the safety of the environment, of where you are. We talked about the safety of emotions. Now we're talking about safety of your self, feelings that you don't have insecurities about yourself. So that's why we're talking about insecurities. You will experience insecurities if your solar plexus is not aligned. All right, so you need to then check yourself. Do you feel self-worth? Are you confident about yourself, confident about who you are, confident about your being, your physical being, how you look, how you are, what you do, all those things. It's about doing, and it's about your this being that actually do things, right? So if you are then not aligned with your solar plexus, you probably have insecurities about, and time to time, we do experience some insecurities about our bodies. I remember I used not to like my legs. I thought my legs were just too skinny. That's what do you expect? You are not big, UD. But that insecurities has been there for the longest of my life, right? Up until I started working on my spiritual journey to accept myself with whatever I have. Some people will make fun of me of my small head. So I wouldn't even do this like lines because I feel like my head is small and whatnot. So those were just insecurities, and it was signs of the imbalance of the solar plexus, right? So you need to check those things. What is it that you're feeling about yourself, and be able to see what to do about it. So when you come to talk about what to do about it, that's why we go back to the network. So our network is the network of the sun. Is the network of the sun. So the network of the sun, it means we are working with the element of fire. The element of fire governs the solar plexus. It governs the solar plexus. And when we talk about the element of the fire governed by the the solar plexus is governed by the network of the fire. I hope I've said the right thing. I was disturbed by the beds. Anyway, so you have the 3 planets that are available to work with you when you're working with your solar plexus. You have the sun itself, you have the planet of Mars, and you have Jupiter to work with, because they are all the action orientated. They are all a fire element, fire energy planets. So you work with those energies, you work with those planetary energies when you are working with your solar plexus. Whichever one you feel connected to at that particular point in time of your life when you are working with your solar plexus. It can also go into like people who are in your zodiac signs, depending on your zodiac signs. So during your Saturn return on your 52-day zodiac sign circles, you have that time where you're working with your sun, and that's your opportunity, setting up your goals, what you're going to do and all those things, and you need to see those things follow through. So you can be working with your sun, and you can work with your Mars when you are continuing with implementing your things. But you also you're still gonna go back and work with the sun when you go to the sun circle before your sun return on your birthday, right? There's a lady called Maputi. You can listen to her recording about the birthday circles. She have done a very nice summary on the birthday circles opportunities. So you can listen to that, so you can then see how and when you can work with your solar plexus, because on the circle, your 7th cycle, with working again with the sun, you need to be accountable, because when you have things that you need to do, you need to be accountable, because you need to see them through. For your solar plexus to be seen that it's active and working, you need to see things through. You can't just plan and not do anything. You need to go and act, you need to go and do. Then you can work with Mars in terms of that, but you can still work with the sun as well, because it's still a fire energy if you prefer working with divine Ra. So when we're talking about the sun, we're talking about the god Ra, Modimo Letsatsi. Right? It's god Ra, right? In Egyptian religion, it's god Ra, or Ra Aman. So you can work with that guidance, or with that spirit available, higher spirit creator itself, to work, the masculine creator energy to work with you. You can also work with so Ra birthed the goddess Sekhmet. The said Sekhmet was born from the eye of the sun, which means she was born from the eye of Ra. So you can also work with those with the principles of Sekhmet. The other gods related to the sun, to the fire, in India, it's Ajin, the god Ajin. Ajin was said to also be the god of fire, of lightning, and the messenger of, like, if he needs to take things to the heavens that needs to be bent or whatever out of your life. And in West Africa, I've read something about West Africa also have a deity of in the Yoruba, shang, what did I think I wrote it somewhere. I didn't write. In the Yoruba, I think something about shanga. I think it's shanga or something, but Shango. In Venda, we can pronounce it like Shango, like earth, right? So I don't know how they pronounce it in Yoruba, but they say it's also a deity of the fire, the lightning as well. Yes, so those are the energies that are available to work with you when you're working with the solar plexus. So because the solar plexus, it's a life force, it's energy, it's everything that needs to, it's action, it's action. And because it's fire, right? We're working with the fire element, meaning that we're talking about transforming ideas into certain things. So the spirit is heavy on me. Oh God. Okay. So the fire is transformative, right? Water can also transform something, but into its form. Water can cleanse you from, let's say, this cup, it's this color and it's dirty. What the water can do to this cup is to cleanse it and bring it to its original sense, or its original color, and remove the dirt, right? But if you are to burn this, it's gonna break. You have to put glass in fire, it's going to break, meaning it's gonna change its form. It can, other things can burn into ashes. That's the fire element, right? So you need to know that when you are working with solar plexus, that is why we're talking about goals and seeing them through, because your goals are ideas that starts with just an idea, but you need to transform it into an actionable physical thing that you can experience. Okay, if it's a business that you're working with, it's an idea. If you are planning to do whatever you want to do and experience and make money out of it, you go and experience it, and you get what your idea get to be transformed into a particular something. That is the solar plexus. What else did we need to talk about in the solar plexus? So if you look into the solar plexus as well, you would see with the symbol that I've put, the solar plexus it carries energy number 3 in numerology. So it carries the Trinity. So you can see that is there's the triangle, an upside down triangle. So your lower, where it's pointing down, that's your root chakra, and then you have your sacral and your solar plexus above the root chakra. So because of that, it carries the energy of Trinity. It carries the numerology number 3. So if you look into numerology number 3 as well, it talks about creativity. It talks about lightening up the room. The people who carry energy 3, they lighten up the room. It says that they lighten up the room when they get it. And we're talking about people, also the people who are in the zodiac signs of Aries, Sagittarian, and Leo. They are fire element beings. So naturally they have that fire, so they themselves can find themselves at the misalignment, because they're always doing, they have all that they always do and they then misalign themselves with the heart or with the womb, the emotions, and they don't rest and they don't incubate. They're just always active and active. So in life, we need everything has to work in balance. That is why we talk about imbalances or disalignment of chakras. So you need to always make sure that you do things in balance. When you are at a circle of do and push and believe that all these energies or the planets are available for you, the spirits are available for you, and you know what spirit you're working with if you're working with the fire element. Okay, and depending on where you are in your circle of life, you can then know what support or where you can get support. So what can you do to there are people who, I've said it from my first from the first teaching of the root chakra, there are people who do the work of realigning your chakras, but I also believe you have the power to do it yourself. So you can do things that have energy, are the ones that pump up and realign your solar plexus. So you can do things like your prana, breath works. You can do yoga, active yoga, perhaps the yang yoga, or you can do both yin and yang yoga, but mostly focus on the active part, because you need to activate the action part of your masculine energy part of your chakra. And what else? I think things like aerobics as well, because I don't you can skipping the rope, you can do all those things. Remember, it's about connection. So as long as you're connecting and you are calling the energies, directing them to where your solar plexus is situated, you are or will be able to activate or bring back the balance of your solar plexus. But if you feel like you really need someone to help you, there are people out there in the socials and on internet who do work with chakras, realigning chakras. Okay. Yeah, what else? We did talk about that. Oh, I didn't talk about the color. So obviously it's the fire. It's not red. Red is for the root. So it works with yellow. It works with the color yellow. So the last time I did talk about food. So with the solar plexus, you need to work with the foods that absorb light. Those are food like tomatoes, food like carrots, foods like spinach or kale. And then if you look on the internet and just specifically search for foods for solar plexus, they will tell you about your bananas, your pineapples, like your yellow type food. I mean, I don't know, it could be that because it's yellow, it connects to the solar plexus where you're having it physically. I don't know, but I think if you can search for the food that absorb the light, the sunlight, then those are the foods. Which other ones? I wrote them somewhere. Oh, orange as well, watermelon and sweet potato. They're said to be the foods that absorb sunlight. So you can consume those foods. They can help you with your solar plexus. Hopefully they are also good with helping with digestion issues, because physically, on your physical being, you would have issues of digestion problems if your solar plexus it's not balanced. What else did I not say? This is gonna be a short one because yes, it was just direct. Okay, yeah, gonna be a nice and sweet video. So I hope you have learned about the situation, the misalignment, what you need to do, the gods that you need to work with, the goddess that you can work with, the activities that you can do: yoga, breath work, skipping ropes, contacting people who can work with you on aligning or your chakras. And yeah, so yeah, that's it from me, guys. Have a lovely day, and work on yourself, love yourself, love your environment, and have connection with the cosmos. Respect the Mother Earth, respect the spirits. Spirit, I mean, also respecting the space, which is the air. Respect all the elements of the universe, and work with them, invite them and work with them. Always try your level best to motivate yourself, to take action, to put action into things that you want to do in your life. And always know that you are not alone. You have Batu Moya Olumkhori, it's available to you to work with. And all you need to do is to avail yourself and clear up your mind, and know that you are going through a journey of experiencing your life, and experience your life with the uttermost joy, love, harmony, and the knowing, and the knowing. You can even believe that these beings are there. They are. You might not be yet connected with them, and it's not that they are not there. You just maybe need to do more work in order for you to connect yourself with what do you call, to connect with your guides, with God, with goddesses, with your ancestors, your soul and your bloodline ancestors, your Marena, bilingual. In English they call them the ascended masters. Those are your Krishnas, your Buddha, your Yeshuas, Isa, right? And other masters that I do not know of, because there are many ascended masters, right? So call upon them. Know the planetary energies that are within your soul cycle. I will put that lady's link, Maputi's link about the cycles, the soul, the birthday portal cycles of the, so that you can know in what circle you find yourself in, right? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So know things, teach yourself as much things as you can, research things, ask yourself questions, and ask your guides questions, and they will show them, they will direct you to the information. There's so much information in this planet Earth, in this fragile, actually fragile planet Earth, because our planet is very small, yet very loved and very fragile to the gods and the goddesses. So they are really they want to help us into our remembrance of who we are, and that is your God self. All right, so have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, have a lovely morning, depending on when you are going to be watching this. I want to refrain from this word morning, guys. Do you see how much it's difficult to relearn things? No. And the nice thing about it is that in vernac you never use this word, because our words in vernac are very earth, planetary related. They are connected to divine, they are connected to nature, it's connected to planets. I mean, in Venda it's Duvala Hudi, the Macheroni, like good sunrise. We talk in relation to the, but anyway, guys, that's a story for another day. Right? Goodbye.